Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new painting tutorial, and after the long series doing the start bake, I decided to do something easier, simple and faster. So this time I'm going to paint this cultist in front of you, and I will paint it following the same color that I use for my cultist. Here we have, in the starter box of for Warhammer 40k we have 2 times the same cultist. So I will paint the second one more or less in the same color scheme as the one that you see here. So this is what I'm going to do. So let's start cracking in. And the first thing I will start painting the red parts. As you can see, I have some clothes and some parts in red, and I will use corn red as a base color. This corn red is painting quite well on top of black, not too much effort, and it's covering quite good as well. So I will use. I like to also, if you follow my tutorials, you will know that I like to use small brushes. So I will use this brush, and I will use all the parts I want in. I will paint all the parts that I want in red. As you can see, I don't do my priming is not very thick. I prefer even to leave it a little bit transparent and not too homogeneous sometimes. So I just put enough paint to facilitate my painting, but I don't want to go too heavy with my prime. So this means that most of the black parts, later on you will see that I will need to paint them black again. I will need to paint on top of the primer with black to make them solid. But I prefer first to do the other colors, because thanks that I'm not priming that solid with the black, I have better visibility of the miniature. So this is why I start doing this on red, and I will do the trousers and some other parts. So here I don't have too much to explain, just apply a base color and I will be back once this is done. So next I'm going to use Graveyard Hearth to paint the leather parts, the parts that I want to look like leather. And on the cultists, I realized that these guys are wearing gloves, although it's difficult to see at the beginning. And it's because you have here some rivets, so I suppose that he's wearing gloves, and I will paint it like that. So what I will do with leather mainly, I'm going to use these things that he has here with leather. I will try to leave the part I want silver, or what is some like vocals or something like that I have here. I will leave it black to paint silver later on, or metallic. But the rest I will paint a base color, and also the rivets I will paint them all. I will not care. So because I will do the shading, and after the shading I will paint them on silver or metallic. So yeah, I'm going to do this. Here, as you can see, I'm using now even a more than a smaller brush. This is quite an old. This brush is. It's the Artificer from Games Workshop. Have more than 1 year. I've been using it a lot because as I said, I paint with the small brushes, and it's still working quite well, although it's thinner than when I bought it. So I will do that. I will paint this, the leather parts, and I will be back once this is done as well. So the brown have been applied, and then I will do the base color for the skin. And for this cultist, I will go for a black skin, so I will use Rhino's hide as the base color. So I will apply Rhino's hide on all the skin parts. Go for any color of the skin that you want on this state. But in this case, just to make them different and not to look all the same, I like to play with the skin colors in my armies. So I will go for black skin in that case, dark skin. Okay, the other one have more pale style. This will give you the opportunity to make the miniatures look different. So I will apply a base of Rhino's hide, and I will be back once it is done on the head and on the arms. So See, now the skin color is done. Next I'm going to use a metallic color to do the metal parts, and I go for a dark color. I will start with dark color, that the lid belcher. Okay, I will apply this on all the parts I want to be metallic, and that means that I will do this part, for example, the weapon. Change to the weapon for a bigger brush. Okay. Okay, I will do the weapon, and I will apply again thin layer. You can see the first part is just applying all the base colors, and all the details and shades and highlights will be done later on. So first I will apply this, I will apply the base color here, and yeah, I will be back once this is done. The mini is ready for to do the first shading, and I'm going to use Agrax Air Shade, and mainly I'm going to use Agrax Air Shade. You can use it all over the miniature, but I want to use it everywhere except where it's black, because where it's black it makes no sense to do it. So I will adjust. I will start from the top. Okay, you can see I will not be precise in that case, and I will also apply the same on the skin. Okay, although also the brown on the skin is quite dark, and more likely will not make too much impact, but it's helping. So I will do this here. I don't care if I go on the black, it's not going to be visible later on. So, and then here, so this is why I say this is a dirty step. I don't care too much, to be fair. I just want, the only thing you want to care is not forget any part. Okay, and even on, this is the first wash, because later on we are going to use another wash with Nun oil, especially on the metallic parts, and we are going to do Nun oil as well on the skin. Okay, so we apply, the leather is quite important. We want these strips on the leather to be very visible. Okay, might apply this all over the miniature, and then the legs. I don't have to forget the small deposit at the back. Okay. So it is too much. You can see it's not working very well on top of the bones color. Still slipping a little bit away. It's okay, no problem. We are going to do the second one later on. Okay, so we do that. Now I will wait until this dry, and I will be back once this has dried. So now the Agrax Air Shade has dried. I'm going to do a second wash with Nun oil, but this is going to be, I will not use it on the red. In that case, I will use it, I will apply it on the black skin, okay, to make it look darker. Okay. here and on the metallics. So for example here I will apply it. I will apply it of course on the weapon, because the weapon just with these two washes, we are talking about miniatures that we are going to have a lot of them, so it's normally I like to look for techniques that are fast enough. I will apply this on the rivets here, on the gloves here and here. Okay, and then we can apply here on the metal as well. Okay. I think this thing looks quite interesting, this weapon. These cultists are quite interesting miniatures for being very basic troops on the chaos. Okay. So now we wait until this dry, and we are going to be ready to do the highlights. Okay. So I'm just thinking here, maybe apply a little bit to show this better. Okay, and here on the rivets as well. Okay. You don't want to put too much of the black. I don't want to go too dark on the red. It's already quite dark, so I will leave it like that. So I do that, I wait until this dry, and we are ready to start doing the highlights. So all the washes are done now, and the next thing we are going to work is on the black. And to work on the black first, I will prepare the next colors. I will have Abaddon black next to me, because I will need to do the black darker in some points. We are going to use Downstone as the first highlight. I know that the contrast is quite big, but this is not contest paint job. It's more a paint job for to have the miniatures that are looking good on the tabletop. So for example, I will use black here. These are parts that normally when you prime, they are not well covered with the black. So we want to make these parts really dark. Okay. And then, of course, for example here, this is another part that it's very frequently the bottom part of the pockets and all this type of thing. So this is why I recommend to do a thin layer of black. Okay. Also here, when I was doing the buttons, I went a little bit out of the button, so we want to clean this up. We go here, because the point is the spray primer, it's more matte than the Abaddon black. So if you only put it on some spots, you will see differences in the finishing. So you can see I go very thin. I want to avoid to clog the tails, but at the same time you want to be sure that you are covering all the parts where the primer did not went that stone. So I will first apply the layer of black, and once this is done I will come back to you. Okay, or let's just give a minute, it's not going to be too much time here. Okay, you want to, especially the clothes, you don't want to have different finishings here. Okay, and what we are going to do with the grey, this is Downstone grey, as I said. So let me just also put some black here. Okay. Okay. So now we use the gray, downstone gray, and we are going to do a little bit of edge highlighting. For example, and we start from here, and you will see that this is it's going to be quite noticeable. But I have the feeling that with black, the best way to work is with really a stone. If you want to do some intermediate state, you can use before a stone vermilion. It's a little bit it's darker and will help to make the transition softer. But for these miniatures that I just want something that is looking well on the tabletop, I go straight forward with downstone gray. Don't do too many grays because then you have to be careful because you want it to look black, not to look gray. Okay, so and then my trick to do that, especially when you don't want to spend a lot of time, is the other reason why is just to go for a very high contrast because it's how it's working well for me. It's how I find it's working well for me. So I will. Okay. Okay, we put here. Put here. And then when we have this type of holes, what I will do is I will just put some gray around. Okay. You can see, and just for them. And then the other thing that is important, if you have bells and both, because I keep some bells in black and some bells I will do it in red to have some contrast. So I go at the edge of the bells and belts, I would have to say, not bells, belts, and then I paint these lines in okay. And now if you listen some noise, Belgium is playing and it seems that they have scored a goal. So here we have okay. So we do this. We'll do some parts. As example, the boots I will do it in the same way. So just some parts to show you how I do it. Okay, and this is a way that I find is looking quite nice when it's done. At the beginning you will find that this is too stark, too contrasting. But once you have done all the black, I think it's looking quite good. Okay, also this here we have some wrinkles or folds. And here we have the end of the closing of the jacket. Okay. We can put just next to here. Okay. Put here. Okay, and we go up. So you see, I will keep doing that. I will do the boots, and the shoulder pad is quite easy. I go to the bottom. I start with the bottom, then you can do just some you can see if you go with the paint quite thin, you can play with how much you apply to make the paint more or less darker. The bell we don't need to forget, and here we have some more wrinkles, but I think you are getting the idea here. We just start highlighting all the different parts, folds, wrinkles, bells, edges, all the parts that you want to make to pop up, okay? And you can also make some lines to simulate brights on the parts. So for example, also here, this type of pockets or small things that we have here, we just want them to okay. So I will keep doing that, and I will be back when I have done this on the full black. The highlights with the downstones is done, and now we are going to do the second highlight, that is with a mini stratum gray. It's a lighter gray, and this we are not going to apply, of course, everywhere. We just want to pinpoint the parts that we think that should be even lighter. For example, here. Okay, we just pick some parts to make them look even brighter. In the past I was only doing one highlight, and yeah, and then I experimented doing this second one, and I have to say that the difference is quite important, and I really like how it looks like after the second line. As you can see, I just trying to do it in some parts. You can do, for example, here. We try to do the parts that are more exposed, where we think that we can give. Okay, just a little bit here and there. The shoulder pad is a part that you really want to put it. And then, as you can see, I did the boots off camera. Now we are going to put a little bit. Here. Okay. So just I call it this to give some accents, to make some accents in on strategic points, to make the miniature look more interesting. Okay, I think now it's looking good, the black, and we are going to start working on the red. I will do the red, and I think I will stop after the red to make this video easier to edit. Okay, so to do the red, I will go back with corn red, okay, and I will also use Mephisto red. So we are going to do the next. First, with corn red, I'm going to highlight. This was the base color, but after applying the washes, of course, the color in the miniature is darker. So we are going to highlight some different parts. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then with Mephisto red, we make the red to pop up. As again, as we did with the lighter gray, we don't need to do it everywhere. We just need to pinpoint the part that we think that will add to the miniature. Normally are the most visible folds, the knee, okay. I will do the top of the miniature and then I will be back to do the final touch on the red. So this is how it looks like after putting highlights on all the red. And the last thing I will do on the red, I will apply a little bit of Wild Rider red, that is more orange than red to be fair. Okay, and this one we have to do it, we have to use it with a lot of measure, very little, and just this one you really want only to put it in a very limited areas, parts. Okay. You don't want to give the orange tonality. Okay. Okay. Okay, and put a little bit more of red there. We can do the rivets. Okay. will take some red. And I think this will be enough, to be fair. So this is how we will leave the miniature. At this point, for the red I mean, okay. The only thing here, we can put a little bit of orange. Just here. Here. Okay, so the red is done, and now yeah, I will stop here the tutorial, and I will come back with a second pair to make my life, to be fair, to make it easier for the edition. So next we are going to do the leather, and we will start with on the second part. I hope you find this interesting. Please let me know what do you think. Share your comments below. You can support me just by watching, commenting, liking, sharing, and also you can support me in Patreon. Any type of support, it will be welcome. And of course, if you are supporting me in Patreon, I want to thank you very much, because I really appreciate the Patreon support, and the money I get from Patreon will be dedicated to have better equipment for my paint jobs, see how I can improve. Maybe I will look for a new edition program to edit my videos that will help me to do better stuff and to show you better what I'm doing. So that's all for now. I hope you find this first part interesting, and keep tuned if you want to see how this work end up. As usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye!